Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. I hope you're having a great day. Um, so, in case you forgot, I do shorts early in the morning so that you can see what's on my mind, and then I go into a deeper discussion on each one of the points that I make in the shorts in a longer video. So don't forget, check out the shorts. It's a list, a playlist, on the site. Just check it out. Might be easier for you. But for those people that actually do like my commentary in color, here we go. Celsius. Wow. So supposedly, and I say supposedly because I do not have real information behind it, but it was reported on a couple of websites that during due diligence for FTX, just checking to see if we got some news. During due diligence, FTX found that there was $2 billion unaccounted for. That's kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. What I find to be funny is that $2 billion is also the number that Goldman Sachs is chasing after them for. Well, not for, but chasing after them with. They want to buy the assets for about $2 billion. That just says that there's more there than what people expected. The reach is going to be there. Genesis Trading. If this is true, I think it is. It was announced June 17th by the digital currency group, the owner of Genesis Trading, that they had exposure to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. They were like, yeah, we did. We handled it. And we're still operating. We're still moving forward. Let's run with that they are. Let's run with that was the case. They came up with money to handle the exposure, right? They would had to have rethought their risk management practices, reviewed the deals that they're currently in so that they can limit that kind of exposure going forward. There are practices that you can do. I have a friend of mine, Lisa, she specializes in risk management. I told her she needs to get over into the Web3 space in a major fashion. Hit DeFi and don't look back. There are things there. There are opportunities there for her. She's really, really good. If you don't know, if you actually need some help, DM me, send me a note, drop me an email, semaphore, smoke signals, I don't care. I'll put you in touch with her. Anyway, that's actually pretty cool. And it extends from that 3 hours capital. So when you look at Celsius, 3 hours, and I'm about to tell you about BlockFi. BlockFi has, FTX is chasing BlockFi. Now there's a company, I don't know how to pronounce this name, Ledin. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Whatever. Why would you create a company name or any name that, when you look at it, you don't know how to pronounce it? But whatever. The company must be doing well. They're also interested in purchasing BlockFi. So you have FTX, BlockFi. You have the mess with 3 Hours Capital, Voyager Digital, Celsius. You have all these companies, all these DeFi firms, DeFi, CeFi. Take a pick. They're in crypto finance. All right. You have all these companies that are screwing up, and I started thinking it's not the companies that are screwing up that intrigues me. Right? I can write that off to piss poor management, horrible risk management, if at all, and greed. Right? You could write all that stuff off right there. What interests me are the companies trying to snatch up all the assets. Yeah. And there are more companies than you think that are positioned to snatch up all of those assets. And notice how I keep saying assets and not necessarily the company. They don't want to buy the company's problems. They just want to buy the company's assets. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, wow. So while everybody else is focused on failure after failure after failure, I'm looking at who's there to pick up those valuable freaking nuggets and what they could possibly be doing or have plans on doing with those nuggets. That's why I keep saying it's not that I'm a crypto bro or anything like that, or a Bitcoin buddy, whatever you want to call it. I'm more looking at the business aspect and utility, right? I can see failures, but when I can clearly see some wins for other companies, I'm sitting there and going, wow, the future is bright if you know where to look. This is why I keep telling people, I do my own research so I can grow my bag. Okay? That's all I want you to do. I mean, I want you to come along on our journey, me and my kids, but I want you to do your own research. Don't be afraid to dive in a little bit. It doesn't take a lot. So in my research, I'm looking at all these failures and I go, okay, failure, and you can just go down the list, right? But then, like I said, I start to see, who's trying to get into the space now that there's a nice little shakeup over there. Who's got money to do something? And you sit there and go, wow. That's when you go, wow. I mean, yeah, Citi, Goldman, freaking JP Morgan's, Onyx Digital. Yeah. But they were going to get into this space anyway. They're choosing the right time to do so. Because they're coming with big pools. Big pools. But I'm talking about the likes of, this company, Ledin or Lane. Well, not sure. I'm sorry, I'm destroying your name. FTX. There are some venture capital firms that are swooping in. Yeah, I want you to pay attention to that. People often pay attention to the big news stories and everything else and don't put together the smaller pieces of information that are the bigger pieces of information in actuality. Do that. On a happy note, my man Nayib Bukele, I think that's how he pronounces his name, and if it's not, I greatly apologize, sir, Mr. President. He's got some big brass. Big brass. Why do I say so? The guy just snatched up 80 more Bitcoin. El Salvador is about this big. It's a small country. Proud country, but a small country. And it has, a small economy. And he's making big bets on BTC. So it's highly possible that his moves could find him on the losing side of the next, vote. But if they stick by him and Bitcoin even comes back a little bit, his dollar cost averaging, because remember, his first tranche was up there. Now this tranche is down here. When BTC starts to come back, and it will come back, and it'll come back big, there just needs to be a continued shakeout of all these, lack of a better term, I'm sorry kids, shitty companies that get it, right? And when it comes back, El Salvador is going to be sitting on big money. Big money. Just do the math on 80 times 69. Do that math. Just if Bitcoin came back to 69, to its all-time high, what kind of money El Salvador would be sitting on? Even better, when Bitcoin comes back, I want you to think about this. Imagine if they leveraged their Bitcoin and what they could do with that. I mean, think MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy took a piece of their Bitcoin and said, we're going to leverage that and we're going to buy some more Bitcoin. What happens if they're able to leverage their Bitcoin in the future to make their country better? Let that wash over you for a minute. There are things that you can do in the crypto space, in the Web3 space, in the metaverse space. There's all this new technology, things you can do to better people's lives. And that's what Kathy Wood was saying a few days ago, especially with regard to NFTs. You can lift not just people, but whole countries out of poverty. Or that's what the technology can do. That's what these assets can do. Now, coming back to the United States with all of this turmoil and everything else, let's just touch on the regular economy a little bit, because you'll see how that plays into what we're doing now. In the regular economy, you've got companies that are, cutting cutting staff right now. Homelight, Unity, Protocol, and Homelight just got valued at $1.7 billion. That was their valuation because they raised $60 million just a little while ago. I think it was November. You have a lot of these companies, out there in San Francisco, because California is the biggest place for crypto in the United States, no matter what anybody tells you. They're laying people off. So where there was an engineering shortage, a lot of people are being laid off. Those feet are pounding pavement right now. Meta announced today that, hey, our hiring plans, yeah, we're gonna chill out with that for right now. That means that hot engineer market, yeah, that sounds like it was gone. That sounds like it was gone, or is gone for at least a little while. And I sit there and I just go, wow, you have a lot of companies laying people off. Now, where could those engineers go? There are still strong projects out there in the crypto space, very strong. There are traditional institutions that are looking for those companies. I mean, Meta, you're going to slow down or put a virtual stop to hiring. I'm willing to bet those companies that are looking to get into this space, that are ponying up $2 billion here, a few billion there, a few $100 million there, a few million there. I bet you those companies are hiring. I know Ripple's hiring. FTX is hiring. I would be amazed if JP Morgan's not hiring. Or Onyx Digital, their arm. I would be amazed if Citi's not. I would be amazed that some of these more traditional firms are not hiring. I know for a fact they are. So I don't know that those people are going to be pounding the pavement for too long. But when you look at the whole space, the whole economy, what's missing is true leadership, true management, true risk management. So when you do your research, don't just do research on the utility of a coin or a company. Do research on its leadership. Do research on the moves that it's been making as of late. What have they done? Where have they invested? A lot of companies are in this business, but invest in other businesses. Have they invested in the right businesses? What is their main business? What is the focus of their executive staff? Is it to find other places to invest money, or is it to grow their business? Increase utility in what they do. You might want to pay attention to that. The wrong investment can lead to major problems down the road, as well as having a lack of focus on your core business. So do your own research, grow your bag. Let's get to the numbers. The numbers are not all that pretty. Okay, I'm not even going to kid you. The numbers are not pretty, and they're not pretty for a number of reasons. Everything's down at the moment, profit taking, but people are going to enjoy, in the United States, people are going to enjoy the July 4th weekend, and then it'll be back to serious business starting next week, week after, and then you have August, which is a huge vacation month, and then that's when I start to see, that's when people are going to start getting real serious. So let's just make sure that that you can see all the numbers. There you go. All right. So who's down? Anybody interesting that's really down? Not really, right? I mean, you do have some players up here that are down a lot, but no players that I really know. I mean, yeah, it's ranked 92, but everybody else is, triple digits over there. Winners, there are not many, but you can see that there are more winners than losers. That's fine. Let's see if there's anybody here that we care about. Cosmos, not something I've invested in. The Sandbox is up 9%. Okay, fine. Still, I'm looking at even these ups as being really, really good times to buy. I mean, the Sandbox at little over $1.09. Yeah, that's interesting to me. But I expect there to be a dip. I'd probably buy on the dip. I want to see Sandbox less than $1, and then I'd probably get in. Let's see what else we have. Arweave, interesting play. 9.81. It's the whole, Web3 cloud storage kind of play. It's not quite cloud storage, right? It's cloud, but not. It's Web3 storage, file storage. One of my friends owns a company that leverages that technology, and he's doing pretty well. Let's see, Fear and Greed Index at 11. Yeah, okay, whatever. DeFi Llama, showing a TVL of 71 billion. Yeah, I'm not expecting that to move anytime soon. Take a dip, maybe, but move up? Not really, not anytime soon. Not until the general market picks up. But look at BTC. I said yesterday, I'll just look at the big picture. I said, actually, let's go back for a second. So see how I have my inner bands, and then I have my outer band. Okay, it's low in my outer band. Let's move this over so you can actually see. See that? It's going through the floor of my inner band, and now we're in the upper level of the lower band. Oh, lower level of my outer band. Really lower level. That's interesting to me. And the reason why is because it's a great price. I mean, to me, it's a great price where you can snatch up some BTC. But I still feel like it can go lower. I still feel like we can see that 15,000. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't buy at this level. It's a crazy good sale price. But I was looking at Shiba Inu before, only because I'm thinking about getting in. But I want to see Shiba Inu add a 0 before I get back in, because I'm actually heavy over there. Come on, let's go. Take a look at that bigger picture, because I'm going to show you something. I showed you a little bit of it yesterday. This site's taking such a long time. Okay, come on. Oh, God, forget it. I'm still looking at this 19 number and this 1,000 number for Ethereum. I really would have thought Ethereum would have taken more of a hit and been less than 1,000. It's touched on it, but I mean, like, in the mid to low 9s is what I was expecting, and it's not. Even though gas fees are a little bit higher, as we get closer to Ethereum's, new launch with proof of stake, I'm looking at Ethereum and I'm saying, yep, I can't wait. But remember, they added 1,000. I mean, not 1,000, 100 more days or 3 more months, little over 3 more months to that last bomb to get everybody to move over to proof of stake as opposed to the current proof of work model. When that happens, I think Ethereum is going to take off, because I think Ethereum will wind up being really, really, really cheap. Oh, not cheap, but expensive. And I mean, cheap in terms of the cost, gas fees, that kind of thing, kind of cheap. And I think that's when everything's going to take off, because you'll have higher throughput, all that other stuff that comes along with it, better for the environment. Excuse me. So you'll have a lot more, smart contracts come out and just things like that. Anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto. If you like what I'm doing, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, absolutely. Hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping a new video. Don't forget to check out the shorts as well. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.